the purpose of doing this is so that we bring real stories and real answers to make Jesus' love visible, because we're not perfect, and we're gonna bring these answers and these stories without any walls. We're not going to edit the hurt. We're not going to edit the mistakes. We're not going to edit the brokenness, because we can't be full humans without that part of us, because we need to be able to feel broken and then come together by our one and only mentor, that is Jesus Christ. And today we want to bring to you all, our youth, our adults, raw answers, biblical answers that leads you to the one place that is going to make you feel full again, and that is Jesus.
The moment that I found out that I was pregnant, it was a very, very tough time for me. I wasn't talking to my family. We had had a falling out. I was across the country, completely alone, in a relationship that was a very dark relationship. I felt fear. I didn't know what to do, lost. Even after I had Jacob, it was still one of the darkest times of my life. I had depression. I had thoughts of not wanting to be on this planet anymore. I'm not wanting to be here anymore. It took one very, very tough night. I think I prayed to God like 2 hours straight, and I did not even realize how long I was praying. That I realized that I needed to get out of a relationship, and I actually had to come to Christ again, because the way that I was living my life, I knew I wasn't going to make it out, and it was not going to be beneficial for Jacob. When I came to Christ, I wouldn't say things became easier. I think I became stronger. I was able to see the light through the tunnel of darkness that I was living in. And I knew that if I just relied on myself, I probably wasn't going to be here anymore. So being able to give my all to Christ was going to be able to provide a better life for Jacob and for myself and for my future kids.
Well, it's kind of, like having to keep your own spiritual life like in check constantly, and then being responsible for other people's spiritual lives, like without the guidance of like the head of the household and stuff like that, is really hard to pay attention to, not only your needs spiritually, but also being attentive to what you're portraying, what kind of example you're setting for my sisters, right? And just always making sure that like I can keep my home peaceful, so that it can be a moment for them to feel peace. And I think that was the greatest thing that I could receive from God, is being able to just get a little bit of peace, in the midst of all the storm, all of the things that I have to take care of, like lunches and getting to school and after school activities, and then my own studies, and then my own spiritual life, and then making sure their spiritual life is okay and is being reborn again and things like that. I really believe that God talks to me through Wilson and shows me peace and love through him when I'm feeling very overwhelmed with a lot of responsibilities that have to do with my sisters. I feel like being able to just cry with him and talk to him, and him just kind of reassuring me, because as a human, you have a lot of doubts. Like, you don't have control of the situation, and it makes me feel uneasy not knowing what's coming next. But having him as a constant reminder of like what faith looks like and how to kind of bring it back and really think about like, well, God is there and he does have control and you don't have to worry, and just kind of being able to get to hear that out loud, even though I don't feel it's God's voice, but it's God using him to tell me that everything's going to be okay.
So when I first started my college career, I was super depressed. Actually, to begin with, it was applying for schools. When I started applying for schools, I didn't know what I was doing exactly. I had a lot of people helping me, but in a way I felt lost. In a way I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt like I didn't have enough to do it. I felt that there wasn't financial help. I felt that there wasn't a total support behind me when I first started. I remember that when I was applying for Ohio State, one thing that I've always has always been in my life from my mom and my grandmother is pray. And there was a time where I was lost and I didn't remember that. I didn't know that. I wasn't thinking of praying anymore. I was just more letting my mind letting my mind go wild, and then it caused me to have breakdowns, mental breakdowns. But again, I remember that the last moment that we were applying for one of my friends or my friend's family, they talked to me and they brought me into their house, and they told me that they were going to be the ones who helped me at the beginning of the start, and then later on see how things were going, and we were going to go from there. And the first thing that they told me, and is a reminder to me now, is pray. Don't forget to pray. Always pray. And we sat down in the table and we started praying and we were there crying and just letting it all out, because I had a lot of myself and my mind and my heart that I had people going against me. My own family were telling me that it wasn't the right thing to do, that I couldn't do it. And I had strangers coming at me and telling me, listen, you got this. You got this. You're going to be able to do it. And from that moment on, although it wasn't easy, I stuck to it and I said to myself, I'm going to put God first no matter what. No matter the struggle, no matter how hard it is, whether I'm sleeping, whether I'm not sleeping, always God. I'm always going to be in church. I'm always going to be doing things for Him, because it all leads to Him. Everything, every way, every step, everything leads to God. And I've always kept that in my mind, that if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it to my fullest, but I will never do it without God in my heart. And even though people were telling me you can't do it, I've always had the family, which they have helped me, Karen and David, just continuing pushing me. But more than anything, I've had the support of my church. I had God in my backside and in the front, guiding me and making me stronger, making me feel like I'm full, that I'm supported. Maybe not by my own family, but I know that God placed a family in my life that definitely guided me through the end and on. So guys, this moment that we're trying to talk to you guys, that this moment where we're trying to bring something different, something that you won't hear outside of the church, that you won't find anywhere else. This moment is for you guys. For those who are in struggles, for those who are going through depressions, for those who just need somebody to talk to. This is the moment. This reunion is for you guys. And we know that it's really hard in the world. It's really hard wherever we are, in school, at home, wherever you are in life, whether you're in high school, whether you're in college, whether you are an adult. We want to say to you that God is there. First of all, God is there. He is our mentor. Second of all, we have people here in this church, this very church that you see. You can look around wherever you are right now. Look around and see that there is people that will be there for you to help you, that will mentor you, that will guide you. But remember, no matter what, the only one that can guide you is Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, He is the only one. But He has placed people here like your pastors, like your leaders, that are here to help you because they have gone through struggles in life and God has helped them. There is a testimony in their heart and they are crazy about sharing that. And they want to share it with you. So don't forget, and ask all the questions that you want. Don't be afraid to ask them because we're here for you. We want to be there for you now and we want to be there till the end. Until you meet your dreams. Until you find love in Christ. Until you are a servant of the Lord and you know why you're serving. Not just because somebody's telling you to serve, but because you're in your heart, you're feeling it. Because in your heart, God is there touching you and is telling you why. That's how you will understand. So be prepared. Ask all the questions that you need. All the questions that you have. And we will do our best to answer all those questions. I'll make sure that we can be there to guide you in every step of the way.